coming-of-age story about drugs. What movie wouldn't be complete without that?
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Malcolm Adekambi.
If I let this slide, we got what they call a slippery slope. You know what a slippery slope is? I don't. Anyone?
A small event that leads to a chain reaction of events with unintended consequences that were unforeseen at the time of the inciting event.
I'm still a little shaky on the concept.
Dope. Dope is directed by Rick Famuyiwa. Give me just a sec. Rick Rick F. I actually can't pronounce it. Put it here. So Dope follows this kid named Malcolm and his two best friends. Basically, they look like they're in the 90s, but they're in 2015. That's the weird thing. They're all 90s culture hip-hop guys. Like, so basically, Malcolm gets invited accidentally. Like, somehow he ends up going to a drug dealer's birthday party. They have those. Then, when a raid happens on the party, his bag is like, the drug dealer puts drugs and guns in his bag and he walks off with the drugs, guns and bags. So now he's gotta like try and get rid of these drugs and guns, but not the bag, that's his. Dope's acting, I'll start off with the acting. First off, Dope's acting, it's fantastic. Shameik Moore as the lead role as Malcolm, great. He really is. He brings a character to life that came from the 90s, put it in 2015. The story as well, the script and the story of this, it's actually pretty good. It's a coming-of-age story where Malcolm has to get rid of drugs. I haven't seen a story like that. It's really original, kind of. And I give props to that. Like, not much else to talk about that. All the characters are likable. Kirstie Clemens, I believe that's how you say her name. She's going to be in Neighbours 2. She was a really likable character in this one. I forget what his name is, but he was in Grand Budapest and he was in The Fifth Wave. I don't know what he is. I forget what his name is. I'm sorry. Tony Revolori. Nailed it. He's a really likable character. Well, he's just a really likable guy, really. So his character, I'm no surprise, pretty likable. One thing that was also really great about this movie is its reflection of reality. It's very dark and stuff. As someone who has grown, who lives in the suburbs of a first world country and hasn't been to Broad Meadows or the dark side of Frankston. And to me, it just seems like, alright, so we got a different version of Compton. Awesome. And basically there's drugs, it's kids, it's the reflection of what happens. Like kids in schools, they have to go through metal detectors to see if they got drugs or guns or something. But because he's a nerd, like, he can just walk through. Also, there's a monologue at the end. A best part of the movie. Like the last 5 minutes of the movie are the movie where the movie becomes full circle. You're like, alright, so it's kind of like branching out and stuff, and there's like all these little roots and stuff, and then at the end it's like, bing! And it's full circle, and the movie is great for that. It was so well written, the final monologue. So, it's a comedy, but because it's really dark and stuff, with flashy bright colours, it's a dark comedy. Like, you see other, like, dark comedies that feel like deal with mature things, but they handle it really immaturely, like Spy. This one tries to make a mature joke, but they still end up going for the same sorts of jokes that Spy did, except where Spy succeeded with that, Dope kind of like, right, we made an attempt at that, it didn't work. On with the story! It's kind of like that one guy that tries to make a joke, but fails every time. Just like, mate, you want to stop talking? Another flaw with Dope is that the first act, it's really hard to get into. Like, if you don't understand what you're going to see, or you're not prepared to be completely open-minded about what you're going to see, you're going to either be very surprised and love this, or you're going to be shocked and be really turned off by this. I thought the first act was good. Other people that I was seeing it with, they walked out in the first act. They walked out within 15 minutes in because they were surprised by how much language. This movie is like, they have a whole discussion about the N-word. That's like one of the... It works in the trailer, but in the movie it doesn't work at all. Anyway, I'm going to give Dope a 7 out of 10. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Have you seen Dope? Let me know in the comments down below. What's your favourite coming-of-age movie? Let me know about that in the comments down below. And of course, like the video to become one of the Platypus, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.